Well, howdy y'all. Last video we've been knocking down trees, and we're getting so close to having all the trees on the ground, and I've got a lot on the ground. I think I'm gonna spend today getting all my good logs took up to closer to the house. That way I can start getting them to the mill and maybe make a little bit of money off those. But like I said, I've got good logs everywhere. I've got the dimensions that they will take and they want. Now they're after a squirrel. So I'm going to go get the excavator warmed up, fire up the old dump truck. Maybe that thing will start up, and we're going to start getting this stuff kind of straightened up around here. I hope I can make it up the hill without just rutting the place up. It's a little bit soft, but we'll see. All this over here is just structure I'm saving for later. All these are good logs. I'm not going to cut them to length just yet. Some of them I may have to, because they may not fit in the dump truck, because I left them full length pretty much. But some of these will get a lot of it just cut out. So yeah, let's go see if we can get a little bit done. Where y'all after? Where y'all terrorizing? I always forget to turn the disconnect switch off on this thing, but she usually fires right up. So let's see. I hope so. Here we go. Oh yeah. All right, so let this thing build some air pressure and go get the excavator fired up. So I talked about it a little bit in the last video, kind of how this is going to lay out. The pond levee is going to be pretty much right through here. I'm probably going to make it kind of curve around a little bit. Curve around. And right over there, oh, you can't hardly see them. Pretty much right at the tip of my finger is going to be the, where it ties into that hill. Yeah, this tree's going to have to go. Several's been asking what's going to feed this pond. Well, this is going to be it. You can see in the drone videos, the ditch line there. I mean, I've got so much runoff coming into this thing, I don't think it's going to be a problem filling it up. It may get a little low kind of around the fall or whenever, when our dry weather really starts. Usually in the summer, this thing is flowing all summer long. From about now on into late August or so, it's usually always got water flowing in it. I've got all that up there, runoff from the road up there, across the road. All that comes to me right through here, so I think we're going to be fine on the water supply. All right, so I got to find me a way to get across the ditch here with that thing. So what I'm going to do is I kind of cut that bank down just a little bit, slope it a little bit better. What I'm going to do is throw some of these logs in here. Get that one to break. Just a little too long. Make me a bridge to get across. Maybe water can still flow through got my first little batch of logs here processed. Wrong way. Had to cut all of them short because just the way the logs are. Get one more out of that big one, but this is what sucks. Like, I'm afraid they won't take it because it's got that rotten spot in it right there, but I may can get one more on from that other end. The lengths have to be 9'3" or 18'6". The 18'6" is 2 of 9'3", in case y'all didn't know that. For those that are sitting there trying to math real hard. If I can't get one more out of this one. I think I was able to get one more out of it. They can at least see the rotten spot. Don't go very deep right there. That worked out good. That's $50 laying there, y'all. Go up here and start on the big pile. See, like this right here is kind of what you run into. That looks like just a very big, beautiful log till you roll it over. There's that rotten spot in it. And then down here you got this crotch, which they don't really want that either. So basically I'll get maybe one log, maybe from about right here to probably right here. And the rest of it's just waste. It's the only thing you really run into when you get to these bigger trees. Sucks, but what can you do? I'm gonna hold the weight off of it and process it up. So pretty much this right here come over here in this pile. And this. And that will become fish habitat. Left with a good solid log there. Now where am I going to put these? I'll try to set them over there for right now. I'll get one log out of that. Alright, I got me a decent load of little logs here. A pile of logs. that way or straight. Let's just try to go straight and hammer down on her. It's real soft right here. I've actually got the truck stuck right here before. And we're spinning. Let's see if we can't lock her in 6-wheel drive here. Able to get out, but my gosh, look at these ruts. Can't go that way. I gotta try to get turned around and get out of here. Alright, we're gonna try to go this way. This hill is steep. Spinning. Good gosh. Well, y'all, we're gonna have to go the long way around. And I don't even know if this is gonna work. I really don't want to tear up my field. We'll try to go up that hill, but sure I won't make it up it either. Try to go up right here. Oh my gosh. Nope. This damn truck, I tell y'all what. Get stuck on wet grass. I just rutted up my field. Have more logs in there, and I think I do. Thing almost feels like it don't have any power though. We're just gonna try to get some speed and get up around this other hill. Just don't seem right with this truck though. Maybe we're getting there now. Alright, we made it back, luckily. Just get zero traction. Especially the one that pulled it right there, and I don't think the 6-wheel drive is working in it. Which I know it used to. the hell with these? Alright, I got me a nice little stack of logs here. That's probably 2 or 3 trips anyway. Maybe. I need to measure these and make sure they ain't too small. I think it's big enough. Yeah, that's plenty big enough. Not sure about that one, it's kind of busted. So yeah, I need to go get some chainsaw gas and some diesel for that thing. And alright guys, I'm back. Been a couple days, letting it dry out some. I got some more logs here. All these logs come from that side. I got a couple more over there I've got to get. Instead of driving the truck around there, I just threw them across the ditch here. I'll load them up and see if we can't get them up the hill. I made a dry run up there without anything in the truck. It made it just fine. I made it all the way to the top, and the damn thing just sits there and spins. So yeah. Alright guys, I think I got the dump truck and everything else situated. If y'all been watching these videos, y'all know that my chainsaw has been cutting like crap, and I think, well, I know the bar was pretty well bent all to hell. So the other day I just bought a new bar, and I don't know if y'all bought a new bar lately, but they are expensive. Of course I got a good one, I wasn't cheaping out. Got a new bar, a new chain, because the chain was already stretched out so much I couldn't tighten it anymore, and it had plenty of life left on the teeth. So I checked the bar, and sure enough it was warped and bent, and so that was why it was binding so bad. That bar came from Rookie. I traded him out when I got this saw. It had a 25-inch bar on it, and I just didn't really like it. Didn't really want all that, but traded him out, and he gave me that other bar, and of course it was just warped all to hell. So thanks, Rook. But I did get a new bar. I'm gonna sharpen this thing. Still cutting good, but I want to sharpen this new chain real quick before it gets too far gone. This is the old pond levee right here, and I was hoping to use a lot of it for the new levee, but I don't know what all dirt's in here. I've dug around whenever I was cleaning this thing off. I had some bigger trees on it. I think it's all just going to be garbage. So now I've got to kind of come up with a plan to coordinate my dirt moving. So this needs to be gone. I've got to dredge out the head section a lot, so I really just don't know right now where I'm gonna put all this dirt. Like, I can fill in that bank over there a little bit more, slope it. There's a spot way back in my field I've got to clean out, and I can fill that in, but it's not going to hold near this dirt. So what I think what I'll do is, like right in here, I'll be able to get a lot of dirt for the core along this side right here, because these three trees still have to come out. So what I'll do is I'll just dig me really deep pits to get my good dirt, and then I'll just take this trash dirt and fill in the pits, and of course it will lower the depth doing that also. So kind of killing two birds with one stone. I'll get a lot of dirt over there and out of that little strip over there. So she's coming along. I mean, I knew it was going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be a game of a lot of thinking and planning, and also fighting the weather so my pits don't fill up with water. So yeah, I'm probably going to start some fires this evening once I get this log cut up, processed. So yeah, I'm not really gonna mess with those trees right now. There's no sense in it. The ones that's still standing over here, not really gonna mess with them just yet. I got to get stuff out of my way so when I do. Oh, and that ditch line, I'm going to clean it out a lot more. There's not any good trees that's going to be wasted, I guess. It's all junk trees. I'm going to clean that out a lot, or further down, and that will give me a lot of room to waste this dirt out. I'll probably put a lot of this on the back side of the levee, so I'll have a lot of room back there. That's the plan anyway. Y'all, I got the urge to burden something, so I'm gonna see if I can't get these two fires going. The wind's blowing that way. I know that because of Rookie's fire up there on top of the hill that stays burning year round. So let's see if these finally burn. Those got going pretty good. Sure helps to let this stuff sit and dry out a little while. I'll probably let them do their thing for an hour or so, and then I really want to light that one on fire. But I may go ahead and start on the ditch line down there because I really want to start moving dirt. I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere without moving some dirt, and I'm sure y'all are ready for some dirt to be moved too. So lunchtime. Try to get some of this junk cleaned up while I'm here. Logs have been sitting here for a few years. the dam, and these trees they aren't worth anything really. Maybe one right there I can get a log out of, but the rest of them sweet gums and just trash trees, so I can clean up over on the other side too, and that will give me a lot more room to waste dirt out, hopefully. trees won't really be used for a structure or anything, or this is be underwater, I'm just going to get root and all, that way I don't have to worry about the stumps down the road. ditch. That way I can lay all this stuff out here, and I'll got be easier to chainsaw, and I don't have to lay them into these other trees. just when I think I'm getting close, I just keep adding more work to me. Yesterday evening I was clearing down this ditch line, and I just decided to go ahead and take out the rest of them. I got one more standing back there. I'm gonna leave that pine tree, but what I'm gonna do is just take the excavator and drag the whole log out, process them up right here, and then just throw them on the fire. So let me set y'all up on a time lapse, and I got another fire or two started. Some of them don't really want to burn though. That cleaned up pretty well how I want it for right now. It's gonna be a big pile. I'm gonna take y'all one more spot around here that I gotta get cleaned up so I can put some dirt. So let's go check it out real quick. So right here's I don't know what this used to be back in the day, but it's a really bad hole. It's not really good for nothing. I want to take out all these little trees inside of it, flatten, or not flatten it out, but fill it up. But this is the back side of my property. Pond is way on over there somewhere, but I want to get all these trees and stuff going out of this gully and get it fixed up so this could be used for pasture also, and it'll give me a spot to put a lot of dirt. So I'm gonna jump in here and get this stuff knocked down and piled up real quick. Shouldn't really be that bad. They did here a long time ago, but I got this cleaned up, piled up, ready to burn. Didn't take too long. There was a lot of stuff in there. I need to come back through and hit this with the bush hog really good before I start coming over here with a dump truck. Maybe won't poke a hole in my tire. So yeah, I think this area right here will give me a place to waste out a lot of dirt. Y'all can see the little valley there I can fill in. I'm not going to worry about even stripping topsoil. I'm just going to dump stuff in it and smooth her out later. Probably be summertime by the time stuff dries out, but the old 313 is a workhorse. This is the back side of my property. I didn't realize I could see through there. I need to enjoy this place a little bit more than I do. It kind of wraps around that, but I figure as time goes on, I want to clean this place up. Keep the brush kicked back anyway out of the field. Yeah, that's going to be able to put several loads of dirt in there. The more I can get in there, the deeper I can make the pond. So anyway, I'm gonna end this one here. I hope y'all enjoying it. There will be several videos of this project, but I think I'm bad close to being able to move dirt. Probably in the next video I should be moving dirt. I really don't have that many more trees to lay down. It's just I got to get stuff cleaned up and organized. That way when I do start moving dirt, I don't have to backtrack and put myself in a bind, because I'm surprised it hasn't started raining yet. Today is actually Christmas Day, so it's been very dry so far this winter. So yeah, y'all let me know what you think. I hope y'all are enjoying it. I know I am. It's giving me something to do, keep my mind busy anyway. So y'all let me know what you think. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Golly, this year's gone, y'all. Y'all keep your eyes open. I'll see you later.